Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Try of the alpha demo of Drone Ikuze, a 3D fast-paced single-player arcade aerial combat game developed by One Aperture. It's a pretty simple title. What you do is you play as a space fighter traveling through space, trying to destroy giant battleships by destroying all the turrets. It has a relatively sleek interface, and as I already said, it's very fast-paced. Now, this is an alpha demo, so keep in mind that a lot of things are kind of unfinished, and as it says right here, this is an early alpha demo, so this build is to showcase the meat of the basic gameplay. So please keep this in mind. I'll give my comments here and there, as well as commentary, some suggestions and whatnot, and then see how good this game is. I did do some practice recordings to make sure everything was working, but everything seems to be fine. Oddly enough, if you click outside the screen it loses focus, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now we have the ability to invert Y. I'll be turning that off. Personal preference. I would go to the tutorial, but it's so simple it's not really necessary. Quick play normal. In this one you have to defeat two battleships, destroy two battleships, but that's taken care of relatively shortly, and it doesn't really show off how hectic the game can be. So instead, I'll be explaining the game's controls in quick play hardcore mode. In this one, instead of having to destroy just two ships, you have to destroy over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 battleships in total, so it can get quite hectic when a lot of battleships are next to each other. Anyways, for movement, you use the arrow keys to move all around. Use the A to do strafing runs, like this. You can basically dodging maneuvers. You can dodge up, down, left, right, press S to boost, and use D to lock onto the nearest target. You can combine it with this to accelerate towards the target, but be very careful, as it will sometimes if you're too close, it'll send you into the walls. In other words, you can just slam right face first into all these, either one of these missiles or the battleship's interior itself, and slamming into the battleship is instant death. Anyways, here are all the missiles coming from everywhere. Thankfully though, it's nice that you have this bullet time-esque interface, a bullet-esque slowdown when you get very close to getting hit by a missile or impacting the battleship. So that's nice. Ow. And for every missile as well as turret you destroy, your multiplier in the top right corner of the screen increases, basically increasing the amount of score you get. And as this is arcadey, your main goal is to destroy these battleships as much as possible, get as high combos as possible, and by doing so get the highest score. As this is a demo, there's no storyline, we just need to destroy as many all these battleships. On the left side we can see all the primary targets. On the normal difficulty, casual, it's just 2 ships. But here we have 16, so we have to be more careful. It's not too bad now, as we only have to take care of one of these battleships, but once we get very close to the other battleships, when they all fire missiles at you, it can get a lot more hectic to dodge. Ow. If you take a direct hit like that, your shield will drop. And if you take another hit while your shield is down, you'll die. Let's see, where is it? Okay, there it is. So you just need to, as I said earlier, destroy all the turrets on the ship, and the entire battleship will blow up. Thankfully though, your ship automatically targets the enemy turrets, so you don't need to focus on shooting them or pointing your nozzle towards them. You just need to point your ship in the general direction and you'll be able to just damage it. Although the guided missiles can act a little bit finicky if you're not pointed correctly, as you saw there. Also, the other difference between casual mode and hardcore mode is that those turrets fire a lot more missiles. There was the bang. Whoa. These turrets fire a lot more missiles at once. But as you destroy more and more of these turrets, well, the battleships become more defenseless. Whoa, that was a bit too close for comfort. Make liberal use of all these dodging maneuvers, as demonstrated here. Whoa. E. Yeah, and if you get hit, your score multiplier goes down to 0, as expected. At least you can shoot down the missiles if you lock onto them. Oh, whoa. Okay, there it is.
We're being queued up here.
Alright, there's another battleship down. It's quite fun, though pretty simple, as you just need to turn your ship towards the enemy turrets, get close enough, dodge all the missiles with your fancy maneuvering, and it's fine. As in most cases, as long as there's not too many missiles firing towards you, and you quickly dodge out of the way, and don't dodge back into the missiles, you can easily take care of these battleships without dying. And make sure not to slam into the battleship, of course. It's pretty simple right now, but I can expect in the full version, as well as the beta version, a lot more enemies will be added. aka different types of battleships, as well as different types of weapons that are tougher to dodge. Maybe instead of flak cannons, or maybe instead of guided missiles, there'll be things like flak cannons or ballistic missiles. Ow. Okay, there's another battleship down. I like the nice boom that happens after destroying one. And on the top portion of the screen is the enemy fleet indicator, basically the total health of all the battleships combined. Relatively self-explanatory. And of course, in the bottom right is the quit button, but I will not be utilizing that during this run. There's another battleship dead. It's kind of odd that destroying all the turrets would actually destroy the entire battleship, but oh well, this is an arcade game after all. I do like the hard rock metal cover in the background. Really adds to the tension and atmosphere. And the backgrounds are pretty nice. They do look a bit average, but they do fit the atmosphere. The background you get is randomized, basically, or randomized from a preset of a few. Sometimes you may be taking place in deep space, sometimes next to a planet, sometimes during the night sky, like here, sometimes in the morning sky, sometimes near asteroids. There's a nice variety, but it's randomly picked. It'll probably be used more conclusively once the beta comes out.
Somebody get this guy.
Come on, I need to take care of the katana.
Come on, is that all you got?
Ow, whoa.
We're being queued up here. Help!
Oh, whoa. Yeah, it can have moments like this where I accidentally almost slam myself into the battleship. After all, no matter how many shields you have, if you hit the battleship, you're dead. And considering this is the hardcore run, once you die, you have to start all over again. On the normal mode, if you die and restart, the battleships will still have the original health they had before you died. So you can continuously die and eventually whittle down the ship's health so you'll win. But here, it's not possible. Although, when I think about it, this really should be how normal mode works as well.
Come on, is that all you got? Mayday, going down.
Let's see, what's the next one? Okay, that. I do like the inclusion of the autopilot as well, as it makes it easy to figure out what the closest ship is. It can get a little bit confusing after a time, and it helps you waste less time with trying to take care of all while going through all the fast-paced action. Wrong side of the ship. Though, like I said earlier, I would like things like flak cannons or explosive weapons, which you can't necessarily get bullet time for. Or maybe you can, but you can't really lure it somewhere else, or you can't shoot it down with your missiles. At least a weapon like that. Whoa. Better be more cautious. The Piranha is almost dead. Just need to figure out where it's supposed to be shooting.
Mayday, mayday.
There we go.
Going down.
Oh, whoa. Okay, I took damage there. Oh no, I didn't. I still have the multiplier. Whoa. Just be careful when going through all these wave of missiles. Don't go right through your face. like that I did there. Ow, whoa. Yeah, make sure your shields are up, or like I said, you'll die. Yeah, your plane is quite fragile, and I can imagine in the higher difficulty settings, this become a lot more of a hectic game where you'll die in 2 hits. Or maybe some things will kill you in just 1 hit.
Settle up, man.
But overall, nice, fast-paced, arcadey action. I can see how nice this game will be in the future if more features are added and more difficulty. As right now, once you get in the loop of lock onto enemy ship, dodge out of the way of all the missiles coming, lock onto the turrets, destroy them, move on to the next, it gets pretty methodical.
Going down.
And pretty easy to take care of the rest. But if a lot more ships spawn next to each other, yeah, which did happen sometimes in a test run, where 4 or 5 did get relatively close to each other, or it may have been a glitch, I'm not sure. Yeah, it can be quite a thing. And of course, you can infinitely get a lot more score if you chain a lot of missile kills together. Or turret kills, of course.
Somebody get this guy. Come on, is that all you got?
Also, you may have noticed in the background while I'm playing, but there's a bit of voice samples. I think they're currently placeholders, but they do their job relatively well. Kind of generic though, a generic enemy and player banter, or allied banter. That's another one down, 6 to go. Oh, that way. Thankfully though, you can't get hurt by the explosions, which is quite nice, especially some of the occasions when you get very close to the enemies. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's take care of these turrets first.
Somebody get this guy. Damn it, miss. Somebody get this guy. Come on, is that all you got?
But other than those comments, that's all I can say about this. Relatively methodical, and pretty nice arcade baseline for an alpha, but there needs to be more features added before I can make a conclusive action, or make a nice conclusion. But it has a nice solid baseline, the controls are responsive, and I can see this being even better to play using a controller instead of the keyboard like I am now. So yeah, relatively good baseline, would like to see any future considerations put in. I'd like to try out a beta demo or to test run of a final game when it comes out. But yeah, for the rest of the part I'll be taking care of these 5 battleships, and then ending it. Hopefully I won't die. If there are any and as long as there are no surprises that come out. Whoa.
We're being queued up here. Get this guy. Mayday, mayday. Going down.
Next one down, 4 left to go. And if I was a better player, I'd probably get a 15 or 20 or 30 multiplier by now.
Come on, is that all you got?
I can imagine all the fun score attacks you can do with this game, as well as all the crazy scores you can get. Even with my relatively substandard playing skills, I already have over 500,000 score. I can imagine how better it would get if I get more experience. But I would wonder how a campaign for this game would work. as it seems befitting of an arcade game to have a campaign with slowly increasing difficulty.
Help!
3 left to go. They're all over there. So we took out the Sora, so now it's for the Yamato, Rayon, the USS Bev, and USSC Kraken Tree. I wonder if a few of these are references to other anime. After all, some of the inspirations of this game seem to be from certain animes. I'm not too sure, but that's just a hunch. Oh yeah, and before else, I would also like the extra feature of actually being able to fire something else. Maybe like a dub missile, or some extra missiles as a special ability, just to liven things up instead of having to dodge all out of the way. It's relatively simple now, but I would just like some extra active maneuvers I can do. Maybe something to stop missiles from going next to you, like a bogey, flares, at least something else to make the game more active, instead of just dodging out of the way and pointing your ship's nozzle towards the enemies.
Come on, is that all you got?
I can't take him.
Somebody get this guy.
Alright, 2 left to go. Whoa. Yeah, and don't accelerate into the missiles like I'm doing.
Somebody get this guy.
Somebody get this guy.
We're being queued up here.
Somebody get this guy.
But yeah, moments like these with all these missiles going all about, and having to destroy them, dodge them, that's one of the best moments of this game. And the most memorable. Ow.
We're being queued up here.
Ow. Well, that was a close. But there goes my multiplier, of course. Ow. But yeah, I think I would like an option to actually disable the bullet time for extra difficulty. Or at least manually override it for sections where I know I'll be able to dodge it.
Direct hit. Damn it, miss.
Ow. Well, that was it. I didn't expect getting hit by the missiles like that. Oh well. Well, oh, wait a minute.
Confirming hostiles inbound.
Okay, so that was a glitch. So what I said about the casual runs and the hardcore runs not being different in the essence that casual resets doesn't reset the battleship health when you die, whereas the hardcore mode does reset, that's not false. Both of them won't reset it. Well, that's nice for me, but yeah, apparently I misinterpreted the facts there. Or I played an older build. Or newer. Oh well, and my score didn't get reset to 0. That's awfully kind, but I expect that will be changed in the future. Anyways, let's take care of the USS Bev and the Kraken Tree. And as you may have noticed there, yeah, getting back attacked, yeah, sometimes your bullet time senses don't trigger and you'll get killed if your shield is not back up to max. So, and the missiles can act a bit finicky if you're not pointing your muzzle or ship's nozzle close enough to the enemy. Enemy ships or the missiles, of course. Anyways, let's resume trying to fight these enemies and actually destroy the boss.
Somebody get this guy.
Shoot up out here. Stop it, tight. I can't take him.
Whoa, too close there.
Direct hit.
And whenever you hear direct hit, yeah, you took a direct hit. Well, I know it's from the enemy, but at least it's a nice notification. I would like a little bit more immediate
Mayday, mayday.
feedback.
Going down.
Immediate feedback that you got hit. as well, once you get hit, there seems to be a 1 or 2 second delay before your shields drop like that. And you get that red notification. I would like something more immediate, as well as a more immediate impact, so I can react faster.
Mayday, mayday. Going down.
Alright, I've taken out the USS Bev, so that's it. That was a nice one. Let's see it explode. Mission successful. It took 1 death, but I was able to destroy all 16 battleships. Well then, that was my playthrough of Drone Ikuze by One Aperture. I pretty much like how it's going. The base gameplay loop is pretty fun. Locate enemies, boost towards them, destroy their missiles, dodge, weave all over the place, destroy the turrets, destroy a battleship, repeat, as well as the controls being smooth, and just firing off missiles, dodging everything is pretty fun. Though I would like some more substantial meat of the gameplay, aka like other battleships, maybe fast ones you can fire, fighter jets trying to shoot you down, maybe flak cannons, explosive weapons that you can't necessarily shoot down with your own missiles, and maybe active abilities, more active abilities for players like flares or extra shields and whatnot. But as an early alpha demo to show off the basic gameplay, I think that the team did pretty well in showing it off. I quite enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to a bigger and better version of this game, as well as the final copy when it comes out. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!